he is a friend of the show, which is cool. You wanted to friend your friend or feel like you got his back when Michael Blackson comes up there, fine. But the fact that you guys had to play a clip from every single person that came on and basically was like, well, I just don't see why you don't see it that way. And Michael Blackson was like, basically, nigga, I said what I said. Like, he was not backing down. He was like, I was joking. He was like, I never talk about anybody's wives or anything like that. He was like, Kevin put it out there for the world to see. So he was like, I'm a criticizer. Exactly. And he was like, I do it to everyone. And he's not above the critique, criticism. You know? Mm-hmm. So he like, and it just really bothered me that I feel like the bias was so obvious towards like Kevin Hart. And it was like, oh, let's just play this to make you look stupid or try to make you feel like bad for what you did. And Michael Blackson was like, nah, like I said it. Exactly. Like, that's it.
That's a proper African man.
That.
That's a prideful, proper African man.
He sure is prideful.
First of all, Kevin Hart has this thing where, like, I think because he's this friendly, nice guy, relatable guy, people feel the need to kind of defend his honor and stuff like that. One, he's actually annoying to me right now.
Oh,
I won't take away that. I won't take away that he's hardworking or that he puts in mad time or stuff like he does his thing, but to me he's not funny. Like, he's really not funny anymore. He has funny moments. His stand up, I guess, his stand up is funny, but then again, it's like when you have enough time to practice, being funny, it's hard for you not to be funny in a sense, right? So he's also very animated. So all he has to do is, do the animation and, practice his jokes. Not saying it's easy, but I think with stand up, you have time to practice, especially with your specials. Now, is he like on the spot funny to me? No, because I think what Kevin Hart does a lot of the time is just like, he makes a funny voice and he kind of bounces up and down and makes like these erratic movements and to make it seem like he's this funny guy. Like, and I mean, again, like, he has funny moments like most people do, but I don't think he's necessarily that funny to me. That being said, when he goes on these shows like Breakfast Club and whatnot, he tries to be this, fun loving guy, because it's very hard to be an asshole to somebody who is just generally nice to you. Right. But if you mess up and people laugh at you, I mean, bro, you messed up. You fucked up. Like, own it and keep it pushing. Michael Blackson is a comedian. That's what he does. You're not the only person where he has ever made fun of. Like, if you go on his Instagram, he's always making fun of somebody that does something. At the end of the day, it's part of the business. It's part of staying relevant. You as a fellow comedian should understand it and not even take any offense to it. You came on Instagram and said, hey, I won't be taken advantage of. One thing I won't do is bow down to people, blah, blah, blah.
And I hated that shit. Oh my God.
Like, when you could have dealt with everything all in house, right? And nobody will probably know. Maybe it'll come out and you didn't even have to make a comment or anything. Like, it could have been really you between you and your wife. But now that you made it out there, the internet is always going to be funny. The internet is going to make light of your situation. It's going to be like for 2 weeks. And after that, everybody's going to stop and forget and keep it pushing. So now that everybody's all ganging up on Michael Blackson because Kevin Hart is this nice guy and they feel like they need to defend his honor. Like, yo, get the fuck out of here.
He a grown ass man. He could defend his own honor. Right? Like, get the fuck out. He don't need the Breakfast Club to do that shit. Right? You didn't need to ask every fucking comedian that came through about it. Like, I really just felt like they were just trying to really amplify the situation, which I died at that point.
I mean, exactly. And like, I get it. Like, you're trying to do this for content. You're trying to do this for views on your page and whatnot. And I'm having Michael Blackson then back down. Very proper African man. No need to back down for his useless people. Do your thing, my guy. But yeah, that's all I have to say about it. But yeah, I mean, the Breakfast Club does have a reputation of, and I guess it's human nature. Like, you're biased to certain people. If somebody's your friend, you definitely, as much as objective as you want to be, you still kind of take this, I guess, subjective approach to things. So it's human nature, but
that's fine. But I just feel like you're like, tailor that a little bit, because like that shit is so blatant. And it's like, come on, like, we get it. Y'all fans of Kevin Hart. You trying to whatever. And I mean, part of it too, like, do I think Michael Blackson probably forced it? Yeah. Do I really think he should have made that joke? I mean, he did, so whatever. Would I have done it if I was him? No, because he's your man.
He makes jokes all the time, right? So if you know him for making jokes for stuff in the media, like people I'm sure I think he talked about Monique. He's talked about people cheating him. Like he's talked about so many things before. So why? Because Kevin Hart is his friend.
Exactly.
Kevin Hart and I feel sometimes bro, at the end of the day, you're a comedian. It's funny. And Kevin Hart, you use your own jokes and your own your own infidelity to to crack jokes. So now because somebody else is using it, now you feel something. Man, get out of here, man. Get out of here. Get all the way out of here. Anyway. And I'm not trying to take anything from Kevin Hart, but stop being a pussy boy.
Ooh, talk that talk. Pussy boy.
Anyway.
I like that. I'm gonna start calling people pussy boys. Get the fuck out of here, you pussy boy.
Wow. Okay.
That's a better emphasis, right? Mm.
Mad emphasis. Now, hopefully you keep that same energy when you're saying it in front of somebody's face.
My ass will be like, "Oh, girl, I did not mean that, pussy ass boy." No, I'm kidding.
Well, yeah, moving right along, guys. Staying on Breakfast Club, and hopefully you guys caught the Mexican boy and Charlamagne the God.
Yeah, the Breakfast Club gave a lot of content over the past couple weeks. Well, I don't know if anyone really felt the way I felt about Michael Blackson, but I did have to address it because I was like, what the fuck? When I was watching it, I'm like, why? This is so irritating. I was like, is the interview about him or about other shit? Help me understand. But anyway.
Niggas be bitching these days. But
going back to Tekashi, because I
just want to say that man can't speak. He can't speak. They already said a prayer for him. He's like, boom. So boom. So check it, right? So boom. So you know what's that thing called, right? That right. So boom, right? So,
you know what? You could tell he ain't passed the 8th grade. But child, I was watching that shit this. You can't even get past 6th grade English. Please.
It was so hard watching that interview. I had to force myself to finish because one thing I don't like is improper grammar in a sense. I get it. Nobody's asking you to have some kind of Oxford based English, right? Some Oxford, level education. But just certain things, I'm just it's just cringing for me when boom. All right, so, and it's I don't know whether it's the drugs that was affecting that couldn't make him complete a full thought. It's can you just say what you got to say? It takes him 5 minutes to say a 30-second sentence. Y'all
niggas gotta stop drinking that lean, taking them pills. That shit is not dog. I don't know who told y'all that shit was cute. That puts you on. That gives you clout, as the kids are saying. First of all, please, I'm tired of that word clout. I don't know who told you guys, but destroying your bodies like that ain't the way. Okay, we already killing our bodies a million ways in one. All right, with these hormone injected foods. Don't get me started because I'll be eating them anyway. But my point is, there's so many things. Why would I knowingly sit here and anyway? Tekashi, this boy. First of all, I didn't know he was from Brooklyn. So when I thought
he was from LA this whole time.
I thought he was from. I don't know where I thought he was from. Maybe Cali or somewhere
I legit thought he was from Cali, the Bay Area, because I don't see a lot of people with rainbow colored hair in New York.
No, there's not. He was doing too much. Or a Florida, because all them niggas in Florida is crazy.
Yeah.
So I was 100% convinced. Actually, I did think he was from Florida. So, basically, he did way too much, on that interview. Granted, he was very secure in himself. And a lot of the things he was saying, let me not even say secure. He was just really contradicting himself all the time. One minute he was talking about, I got stuff to live for. I got a daughter, yada, yada. Then it was pull up on me anywhere. I'll be on the block. I'm going to give you my address, my phone number, my social security card. Boy, sit down.
All these dumb niggas ready to die for their block. And that block, I got no type of 401k, no type of severance package, no type of health benefits. You're out here ready to die for nothing.
For what block though? What block? The block paying your bills? Your block gonna have your daughter to sleep when you gone? Tell me.
I don't even get it. God, man, Jesus Christ. Guys, if you haven't seen that interview, go watch it. And I would just say take a Tylenol beforehand because you're going to need it to get through the entire interview.
And it was
I would say this.
Like
it was an hour-long interview. Yep. I would say this. Tekashi, he's smart in the sense where he knows things are going to go viral. So he was saying about, that interview being the most watched interview. And I think in 5 days it had like 6 million views on just that interview. And at the end of the day, like he was saying that, this, you kind of trying to, kind of throwing it back at Charlamagne. Yeah, this is going to be your most watched interview. And I don't get that, how people are like on his side saying that, because at the end of the day, the Breakfast Club and Charlamagne still wins because that's their platform. So even if you get like 300 million views in 2 hours, the Breakfast Club still wins at the end of the day. Yes.
But that exposes, it makes him more visible as well. It's bringing exposure to him too.
Gloria, after watching that interview, do you want to listen to a Tekashi69 song? Do you actually know a Tekashi69 song?
No, it came up on one of my playlists one day, and then I was like, "Oh, this song kind of rocking." I don't even know what song it was. Then I saw it was Tekashi69, and I felt like I've been touched by the devil, so I had to skip it because I was like, "Ooh, I don't want that." I don't want it. It was giving me a vibe. As soon as I saw Tekashi69, I was like, I skipped it. So actually, I don't. No.
Apparently, he said he makes good music, but like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, after watching that, I mean, so far right now, it's had 7.8 million views in 1 week, and it's still not the highest rated Breakfast Club interview, which is Birdman. I think that sits at 14 million views, but that's just on YouTube, but, it's weird. It's weird. And for I don't understand somebody who's so willing to die and to live this gangster life and promote all this. I don't get it.
Not for nothing, not to be some psychologist, psychoanalyst type shit. He don't love himself. It's very apparent. If you loved yourself, he would not be doing half the shit he's doing right now. We get it. In the internet age, is going viral is everything now, apparently. I guess it's one, or maybe does stuff really happen when you go viral? Like, especially when I see viral tweets and people promoting their stuff, whatever. I don't know if that really even does anything. But in this internet and digital age, it's like the more you do, the more you get noticed, and then whatever else. I mean, not for nothing, he's right, because we do know about Tekashi69. And I don't even know how I know about this nigga, because I've never heard his music, really. I don't know, like, I didn't even know he was from Brooklyn, my home state. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had no idea about him, but somehow I know about him, So he's doing something. However, with all the stuff that he was talking about, and then taking on that beef with the game and all this shit and whatever, and I'm even mad at the game for even entertaining it. And that's part of the, that's another discussion for another day in regards to the game.
Actually, that was kind of funny when he did respond about the game. It was like, doesn't this man have kids? I started dying,
But that's what I'm saying. Why did the game even entertain that conversation? Like, when, me, like, it's like, you kind of, like, at least if I was like the game, or I was looking at it from his perspective, I'm like, yo, you whack. Like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't even entertain it.
I'll just be laughing because it's so funny. Like,
I will laugh and I'll keep it pushing. But let me just be
like, it's
Gloria.
Tekashi. Like, it's Tekashi69. Like,
it's like, who are you?
I don't get it.
I would be like, who is this nigga? And I would laugh and I'll keep it moving. So I was like, why he even entertained it? I don't know. Maybe it was clout for him too. But
probably.
My thing is, that boy don't love himself. You cannot in the same breath literally say, I got a daughter, I can't be doing all this stuff. And when they talked about the sexual allegations and yada, yada, and this and the third, but in the same breath to be like, well, run up on me though. My address. Run up on you for what? To kill you, right? Isn't that what that means? To beat you up? Are you good or are you good? I can't. I don't even know what else to say.
I don't know. Maybe it's also young age too, because I can't see me. Like, what I want in my life right now is just peace and quiet and just like chill vibes, good energy. All this one you're shouting on the internet, I just don't understand it, man. I don't. But I don't know, waving blood flag and like, why are they still gangs? Like,
dead ass.
Like, what's the purpose of
when they were
gangs
talking
nowadays?
about all that stuff, like Blood Crip, whatever, like kids, MS-13, I don't even know who's around anymore. I was just like, Whoa, I didn't really even realize that, like, this shit was still heavy. Like, I really thought we really infiltrating the culture and we really trying to push forward, like, do better for yourself, yoga, Black Boy Joy, fucking start